My men, word of the day: compartmentalize. Divide into sections and categories. That's the meaning. The reason why I'm bringing up this word, compartmentalize. Today more than ever, I need you all to be able to compartmentalize. There are a ton of things that are going on. And some of you all are waking up and you're turning on your social media, or you're turning on your TVs, or you're getting text messages from friends, and they're talking about people. They're talking about people. All different races, all different sexes, all different types of people. They're talking about people. And what tends to happen is folks group every person that's associated with that group. They put them in the same category. Now, do I have my shortcomings of how I feel about certain folks, especially in this climate right now? Somewhat. But I know how to compartmentalize. You know, there's folks that I put in certain categories that I know, okay, if you think like that and that's your ideology, you and I, we don't relate. But that doesn't mean those same folks that look like those folks, I don't have those friends on the other side of me. And I don't look at them unfavorably, because I can compartmentalize by saying this category is what this is, and this other category is what this is, of my folks who look just like these other folks, but these folks over here I can relate to, and they can relate to me. So what I'm getting at is that too many of our men, and I'm only speaking on men right now, too many of our men are getting caught up with being unable to separate these groups, these sexes, these races. They're unable to do that. So what they do is they wake up in the morning, they get on social media, they go on the TV, they get their texts from their friends, and then they got this anger. They have this anger, serious vitriol, this serious discomfort, this serious blame. And they go hard. They go hard at trying to find things to prove their point, to confirm their biases. They're looking for any and everything. Excuse me for that. They're looking for any and everything. And their friends are texting them those same things that they can relate to, texting them those things and saying, see, that's why we got to act like this. That's why we got to feel this way. And if you're one of those men who are waking up just like that, and it's a lot of you out there, because you could see it. You could see it. One side of the internet, you're on. And all I'm telling you is, if you're waking up that way and you have chosen whatever side you've chosen, and you have ill will, and you have disdain, and you have anger towards all these other groups, and most of y'all, here's the thing, here's the caveat, here's the thing, most of you all have never experienced anything with any of these groups. None of you all have experienced anything with any of these groups. And even if you did, it was very minimal. Most of your information, most of your experience, most of your ideology came from what you saw and what other people told you. So I need you to understand how to compartmentalize. to be able to put certain things in certain categories and leave the rest, and understand that there are certain categories, there are certain people that belong in that category, but not everybody is the same. It's the same thing that my men are with these women. It's unreal. You listen to these men and they're talking about all these different experiences with these women, and just because maybe a woman didn't give you her phone number, maybe they told you they weren't interested, maybe they even said, you know what, our relationship's not really going the way that I wanted it to go, so I think that we should separate. Even if you went through all those different types of things that occurred, that was your one experience that you had with those women. Does that mean that all the women are the same way? All the women fit the same mold? All the women belong in that same category? When there's how many billions of women on this earth? Again, I'm going to sound redundant because I say a lot of different things, but the one big thing that's the biggest problem that I'm seeing is men with this nonsense of waking up and being angry and looking for something to keep fueling it. Like, how are you living like that every day? How the freak are you living like that every day? It's a comfort. It's this, you get some type of enjoyment. It's a dopamine, dopamine effect where it's hitting that's your pleasure. Understand that. That's your pleasure zone. If you're not angry, that's your pleasure zone. Are you kidding me? With all the most beautiful things that are out here in this world, that's your pleasure zone? Being angry? And then the funny thing about it is, you wake up the next day and you do the same thing. And you wake up the next day and you do the same thing. And where does it get you? Where does it get you? What difference does it make? How did you change anything? You didn't. You did nothing. All you did was you stayed the same every single freaking day. You stayed the same. Nothing changed. You didn't change nothing about the situation. You didn't make any difference in how the situation is going to get resolved. You stayed in your pleasure zone, which was to be angry, to be mad, to have attitudes, to be like, yeah. That's how I want to believe everybody being that way. And you know what that leads you to? You know what that leads you to? It leads you to some of those folks that you see on the news that decided they just couldn't take it anymore. And they wanted to put it in their own hands. They wanted to be vigilantes. And they wanted to go out there and say, you know what? I'm going to do this for the cause. I'm going to do this for the anger. And they went out there and they did nonsense. And what did they do? They injured or possibly somebody else or multiple people. And I guess they were looking to be revered as a martyr. I guess. When how many folks have done that stuff and you can't remember because there's so many of them who've done it. You can't remember who did what. They don't have statues that they put up for you. They didn't put your name on buildings. They didn't create a whole new movement because you went out there and did that. Come on, man. Why are you wasting your time and wasting life on that? Compartmentalize. Put the stuff in the category where it belongs. Separate the rest and live your freaking life. Live your life. You got things that you got to do on this earth. Not sit up here and stay in the pleasure zone of anger. You got things that you got to do. If you wish to do that, hey, more power to you. Live that sad life. More power to you. Sit in your basement, sit in front of your computer, and just all day long. Sit in front of your phone all day long. Sit by yourself all day long. hey, if that helps you feel better, if that's what productive life means, do it. Because that's why we know that there's that loneliness pandemic that's out here. That's how we know that. It's already happening. Folks that are watching my video, some of you all are that way. Again, you want to be that way? You want to live that way? Hey, more power to you. Tell me how that ends up. When the days keep passing and the months keep passing and the years keep passing and nothing's changed. Nothing's different. The fuel of anger is getting more. And I guess you could sit back and watch all these things like, oh, you watch a video and it's that person damaged this person's career. This person dead this person. This person, you know, moot. Not moot. I'm not talking about moot. You know what I mean. Murked. This person by their talking points and all this other stuff. And you sit back like, yeah, they're giving it to that person. They're insulting that person. They're making that person feel bad. So that's your enjoyment. That's your pleasure of that. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. Somebody else did it. So you're getting pleasure from that. And that helps you what? Sleep better? That helps you gain more muscles, or that helps you look, now, you know what, maybe it makes you look prettier. Huh? Makes you look more handsome. Makes you get girls. Nah, that's the other thing. It helps you to get women. That's what it is. Oh, no. Maybe it gets you money. Maybe it gets you money. Maybe it gets you these cars. Nice houses. This lifestyle that you want to live. And you're out on the beach and you're riding in your boat and all. Maybe it gives you that stuff. I'm missing something. Maybe I need to, embrace that stuff and become more entrenched with that. Maybe I should do that. You know what I mean? Because all I do is talk to y'all and then I go to the park. You know what I mean? Anyway, I am going to the park. I'm going to catch you on the next note. Peace out.